Welcome. This is Test 2-2 review for academic. You're getting ready for your test tomorrow, which is October 25th. All right, so number one, the table shows the height of different plant grown for a science experiment. List them from least to greatest. There are many ways to solve this. One way to solve it is by drawing a picture of each one. So if I draw a rectangle, a fraction bar, another fraction bar, another fraction bar, and another fraction bar, and I cut this into thirds and shade in 2/3 of it, cut this in half and shade in half of it, cut this into fifths, 1, 2, 3, 4, and shade in 3 of them, and then cut to do fourths, 1, 2, 3, and shade in 3/4 of it. Which one is shaded the least amount? Well, I can tell B, or 1/2, is the least amount. Then the next one, the next least, I can't see, that's the thing. I can tell that 3/4 is the greatest, or D, but then I can't tell between 2/3 and 3/5. I think 3/5 looks a little less, which is C and A. So that's why sometimes drawing is not as reliable as you think. Sometimes it's good to turn these into decimal. You can also draw each one, I think. So again, how would you say this as a division problem? 2 divided by 3. Can 3 go in 2? No. Annex is 0. Can 3 go in 26 times? 2, annex is 0. Can 3 go in 20? So that's why it's 0.66, repeating. Half is 0.50. 3/5 is 0.60. And 3/4 is 0.75 if you divide it out. And that's why this is the least, next least, least, and this is the greatest. Or you can find a common denominator. What does 3, 2, 5, and 4 all share in common? 60. Can you build 3 to a 60 times 20, 2 to a 60 times 30, 5 to a 60 times 12, and 4 to a 60 times 15? And that's why you have 30, 36, 40, 40, and 45. Number 2, plot A. So, again, you always start at the origin. If the first number is positive, you go right. If it's negative, you go left. So we go right, 3.5. The second number, if it is positive, you go above. If it's negative, it's below. So if this is a negative, so you go down -1, -2, -3, -4, and a little more. That's why it's right here. Number 3, Mr. Atkinson has 2.5 pounds of dry fish food. He shared 1/4 pounds with each friend. If you're sharing it with people, that means you're splitting it up, dividing it. So 2.5 divided by 1/4. Do you know how to write 2.5 in fraction form? 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5/2. So 5/2 divided by 1/4. Do you know what the reciprocal of 1/4? 4/1. So 5/2 times 4/1 is 20/2, which is 10. So another way you do it is you draw pictures. 2.5. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to do fraction bars. 2.5. How many fourths are there? Here's a fourth, 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 here's a fourth. There are 10 fourths. Number 4, Mary bought 2.5 pounds of apple. It costs $1.20 per pound. I mean, each pound will cost you $1.20. How much do you spend? So let me draw this. 2.5 pounds of apples, or 1 pound apple, 2 pounds apple, and a half apple. So this one costs $1.20, this one costs $1.20. So what's a faster way of adding? Multiplying. If you multiply $1.20 times 2.5, multiply, 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 you get 3,000. How many numbers are behind a decimal? 3, so you move it 3, because 3 is the answer, $3. Or some of you may prefer to line up the decimal, 1.20 times 2.50. If you multiply this, you would get 30,000. There's 4 numbers, 4 digits, so you move it 4 times. 3 is the answer again. Number 5, how do you write a multiplication expression, 4/5 divided by 3/4, into a multiplication expression? So you start with 4/5, you do the reciprocal, multiply by reciprocal, times 4/3, you get 16. 15. So you always do the reciprocal of the second number, 4/5 times the reciprocal 4/3. Number 6, which set of circles have a ratio of 1, 2, 3, 4, shaded to unshaded? So let's see, shaded is 2, unshaded is 6. Will that break down to 1, 2, 3? Divide by 2, divide by 2. Yes, it does. So set 1 is the answer. Another way to say it is 1 shaded, 3 unshaded. Multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 3, multiply by 3. So which one shows 2 shaded, 6? That one. 3, and there should have been 9 unshaded. So that's why set 1 works. Number 7, the pictograph shows the number of samples of matter being tested in an experiment. Each flask represents 5 samples. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, and 5. Which statement is not supported? Which one is not true? The ratio of the number of gas sample is represented to the number of liquid is represented by 1/10. So how much gas do we have? 5. How much liquid do we have? 25. If I break this down and simplify it, divide by 5, divide by 5 is 1/5. But they said the answer is going to be 1/10. So that is not true. A is not true. The rest are all true. Number 8, a McDonald's manager found that in an 8-hour period, they had 2,400 people order French fry. What is the rate of French fry per hour? That's each hour, 1 hour, or every hour. So you could make a table. I like making tables. So this is about hours and people. 8 hours, 2,400 people. How do you break it down from 8 hour to 1 hour? Divide by 8. Divide by 8, 2,400 divided by 8 is 300 people. So 1 hour, there are 300 people. Number 9, the table shows the cost of different number of notebooks. How much will she pay per notebook? Per notebook is 1 notebook, each notebook. So 3 notebook costs $3.75. So I'm going to make a table. So notebook cost. 3 notebook costs $3.75. I want to know the cost of 1 notebook. So how can I break this down or scale down? Divide by 3, divide by 3, or times it by 1/3, which is reciprocal. $3.75 divided by 3 is $1.25 per notebook. Number 10, 6 out of 18 students in Mrs. Marlin's class buy pizza for lunch on Friday. At this rate, if there are 240 students in the entire school, how many students could be expected to buy pizza? So you can make a table. So it's about students, and 6 out of 18 people buy pizza. These are the pizza kids. So 6 out of 18 students buy pizza. There are 240 students. So there are several ways you can solve this. Some people see an up and down relationship. How do you break down 18 to 6? Divide by 3, divide by 3. 240 divided by 3 is 80. Another way you could have done it. How do you turn 18? How many 18s go into 240? How many 18 go into 40? 18 goes into 2 0 times. 18 goes into 24 1 time. 24 minus 18 is 6. Bring that 0. Well, actually, no, we're not going to talk about it this way because this is actually going to be a decimal, and I really don't want to be working with a decimal here. Could we simplify this? Can we break this down? So you know what? I'm going to do it right here. 6, 18. So this is pizza. These are students. Make a table. And 240. So let's simplify this. What can I divide this by? Let's divide this by 6. Divide by 6. So it's 1, 3. And how do you build a 3 to a 240? Times 80 times 80, and that's why 80 is the answer. Number 11, complete this table. The ratio of dogs to cat is 5:4. So 5 dogs, 4 cats. If you multiply by 2, 10 dogs, 8 cats. Multiply by 3, 15 dogs, 12 cats. If you multiply by 4, 20 dogs, 16 cats. Number 12, Lydia has 2 pieces of ribbon. The red ribbon is 4 feet 5 inches. The blue ribbon is 6 feet 9 inches. What is the total length? So if you add 4 feet 5 inches to 6 feet 9 inches, that's 10 feet 14 inches. But they wanted us to turn this into inches. Well, I know, according to my chart, 1 foot has 12 inches. How do you build 1 foot to 10 feet? Times 10 times 10, 120 inches, plus 14 inches is 134 inches. And that is our test review for 2-2 academic.